Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Somewhat Minty podcast. I'm Matthew Garrison.
I'm Simon Moore.
We didn't plan past that.
Part 3, Episode 3.
Part 3, JoJo Part 3.
The second one that's actually a week.
You
Not
know,
annual.
I realized something a little earlier, Simon.
What was that?
And I've been waiting to say it till we were on the podcast. This is the first episode we have that's just got to ride off its own merit. Because, I mean, the first episode, it was because it was new.
Yep.
And the second episode, it's like, because we got the new equipment.
Yep.
But this is just this.
It's just skill-based.
Mm-hmm.
Skill-based talking. These microphones were a pain to set up this time.
Oh my god, for some reason his, like, straight up didn't work, and it took us, like, 20 minutes to get it to work.
We got it, though. We got it.
We got it, and we think we fixed the echo problem, but if I'm echoing right now, I'm going to sound like a real dummy saying that.
Yeah. That's going to be real dummy sounding.
Real dummy thick.
Real dummy. Episode 3, though. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What happened 2 days ago, Matt?
2 days ago? Oh. 2 days ago was Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I went to work and you didn't.
That was 2 days ago?
Yeah.
I thought that was yesterday.
No.
So 3 days ago. What happened 3 days ago?
Oh, wait. No, you were right. It was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I was late to the U.S. History Regents because I looked up what time it started, and it said 9:15, which is not true for Marlboro High School.
That's way off.
Yep. But luckily, at around 7:40, I was just laying in... Okay, let me tell the whole story. So, the night before, I was like, it's like at like 7:30, right? And I was like, yeah, it's probably like 7:30. And then I went to sleep. And then my mom woke me up at around 7, and she's like, hey, what time do you have to go in for the test? And I was tired, so I couldn't think of it. I was like, let me look it up. And it said 9:15. I said, I don't gotta be there till like 9. I get to sleep in. Now, of course, I've taken Regencies before, morning Regencies. Or Regents.
On the bus?
Yeah. I've had to get on the bus, and the test started right as I got there. Yet somehow, I was so tired, my monkey brain was like, yeah, sleep. I got sleep. That's the only thing that matters to me right now. I'm sleeping.
You might have arrived a bit late, but Danny...
Oh, yeah. I was like 10 minutes late because when I looked at my phone at like 7:40, and he was like, Gamerson, where are you? And I was like, oh, isn't the test at 9:15? And then I was like, you know what? If he's texting me, it isn't.
Maybe
So
it's
I
not.
just went to the school.
But then Danny shows up like an hour anyway.
Yeah, because it started at 8. Danny thought it started at 9:15, except he actually tried to come at 9:15. So when he got there at 9, we had already been doing the test for an hour.
Walks and throws up his gang sign, of course. Takes the test, finishes at the same time as everybody else, at the 2-hour mark.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he
Oh, wow.
finished just as everybody else did.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that surprised me too. He must have like sped run it.
That was the longest I've ever taken on a Regents. I took exactly up to the 2-hour mark.
I think I had like 10 minutes, but it was
Dude.
still pretty long.
Today,
The math one?
that one, I finished that in like 50 minutes. I hate when you finish so early and you just have to sit there for like an hour.
I zoned out a lot, so I just sat there for a bit without doing any work.
It's respectable,
It
yeah.
just happens on every test, you know?
I mean, like, I finished the multiple choice in like 20 minutes, and
Yeah, that was-
I thought, like, oh god, I'm gonna be here forever.
That part was easy as hell. But then
Mm-hmm.
the long ones, they're really hard if you don't pay attention in class.
Yeah,
So
like
I feel like I bombed that test.
parabolas. I don't know how to...
I don't know how to find the focus and
The focus of it. I was
What
never
is it?
taught that. Yeah, focus, something.
Dietrix or whatever.
The matrix? Dominatrix. You know,
Dynamax.
yeah, IMAX. Speaking of things that are very easy, landscaping, huh?
That's pretty damn easy.
Yes, so easy you got ill from working too hard, and I had to drive you home.
Yeah, but we're still gonna earn that bread.
Are we?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so we've been working with my brother-in-law. I think we talked about this in the last podcast.
We thought that we were going to. We
Yeah, but
Yeah.
since it's under the table, don't tell anybody. And he's under no obligation to pay us in any sort of timely fashion. And I'm about to run out of gas, so I really hope he's paying us soon. We're working tomorrow. Simon's probably gonna stay the night.
Tonight,
Tonight, yeah.
so we can wake up early, go
Yeah.
weed those weeds.
Yeah, we're gonna go weed my house, somebody's parents' house, and then this random person's house.
Getting paid to weed your own house. That's exciting.
That's pretty sick. You know what I totally forgot to mention?
What's that?
Why I'm dressed like this right now.
Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, so, what the fuck, Simon? We said we were doing black tie formal for episode 3.
I forgot.
You make me look like an idiot.
I didn't want to show up to the Regents dressed in black formal, you know?
Yeah, well, I did, because I'm not a coward.
That would have been pretty hot.
Can you imagine doing landscaping in this?
That would be absolute hell.
You would actually die. But anyway, the reason I'm wearing this is because my schedule is freaking packed this weekend, like beyond belief. I've worked tonight from like 7 to 1, and then I'm gonna wake up at like, we're gonna have to get up at like 7 or 8 tomorrow.
Yeah, so we can go early.
So I'm gonna get like 6 or 7 hours of sleep. Then we're gonna go weed these 3 properties, and then Saturday night. So the day you're watching. So when you're watching this, we're gonna be. If you watch this the moment it comes out,
We're gonna be weeding.
We're weeding stuff. So that'll be pretty epic. We'll probably. What house do you think we'll be on by then? At noon.
I think at noon. If we're starting at 8. I'd say at least the second house, if not the third.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do that. Watch us just take like the entire day to finish the first one.
I know. Well, if we don't get it done by like 6, we're fucked because I have to go to work.
Yeah, that'll be
My
bad.
second job.
That'll be terrible. You could always just leave me there to weed while you're out there.
Yeah, except I wouldn't be back for like another 6 hours is the problem.
It'll take me that long to weed them all and walk between them.
Well, I'd hope if we were really cutting it that close, we'd already be on the last house.
Yeah. That would be bad if we were on the first house after that long.
Yeah. I want to talk about something I discovered the other day.
What's that?
Right? So, I'm a commie, right? That's
Yeah,
not a secret. But I was looking into, like co-op, like, worker organizations, right? Where it's like, there is no, like, boss. And, like, it's like a democratic workplace, right?
Yeah.
And as I was, like, stumbling through that, I found a place where it's not only that, but they all live together. And they're, like, almost entirely self-sustaining. It was really cool. It was called, like, East Wind or something like that. It was in West Virginia. And they grow, like, strawberries there. And they have, like, animals, like cows, for, like, milking. And they, like, it's something like you put in, like, 35 hours of labor a week, right?
Yeah.
And you sign it off. And they do, like, accumulate. So if you worked, like, 50 hours one week, then if you wanted, you could work 20 the next. I think that math checks out.
Let's hope so.
And they don't even... It doesn't become a problem until you have, like, negative, like, 1,000 something. Like, whatever 3 weeks of work is.
So you can just go for 3 weeks without working?
Yeah, except if you just got there and then didn't work for 3 weeks, they'd probably
You'd be
like,
gone.
yeah, they'd be like, get out of here. But yeah, they're like accepting like new visitors and everything.
Yeah.
There's like 75 people that live there altogether.
How many people are they going for max?
I don't know who's max, but there's like kids there too, like families.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it would just be like all old people, like 40s, 50s, 60s.
No, there's like really, it's mostly actually pretty young people. I mean, there's obviously a couple old people, but and also every month you get $150, which is in a normal sense
bad.
not a lot. Like $150 a month, you'd die, you'd starve to death, right?
Yeah.
But when you're there, you have a place to live,
You get food.
you have a place to shower, you have food, companionship,
everything you need.
Yeah.
Plus 150 at the end of the month.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
and I don't know. I think that was just a very interesting way to live. I don't know if it would be for me, but
It definitely is a very interesting way to live. I can't imagine you just like hopping into that right off of the bat, coming from the city, you know? Because that's just a whole 180 on your way of life.
well, I can see like if I was like facing homelessness or something,
Yeah.
and like I needed somewhere to go, I could definitely see myself going to a place like that.
Heading out to West Virginia.
Yeah.
Doing its
Well, like
fun.
there's ones in there's a bunch in Syracuse for some reason. Like I was looking at ones in New York, like to see if there's any close by. Then maybe I'd go and like visit just to check it out. There's one in Newburgh, but it's not even like a real thing. There's like 4 people, and they're all like moms. So I was like, forget that. But there was literally like 20 in Syracuse, and there was only like 30 in the whole state.
Damn, bro.
There's one in New York City actually, so I'm really interested in how you make that work. But I guess you can all live in like a big apartment or something.
Yeah, but where would they grow their crops? Do they have it on the roof?
Well, they don't necessarily
They
be.
keep a cow on the roof?
Yeah, they don't. Well, the co-living thing, it's not necessarily, you know, like farming is how they make their money. They
Mhm.
could be doing other things, to like pay the rent or whatever.
That makes sense. You just said they were self-sustaining, so I thought that like every single one of them would be.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know that East Wind place was self-sustaining, which is a really interesting way to live because it's basically impossible to be self-sustaining by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
there's no way. I mean, unless you want to literally like Chris McCandless style or like Henry David Thoreau, like live in the woods and just on like the bare necessities, you know, like shelter,
Isn't there that one Instagram guy that does that?
cowboyism.
Yeah, cowboyism too.
I don't think he lives in the woods by himself. I think he built his own house and he has his own farm, but I think he still lives in civilization. I mean, he's got an Instagram page, so
Maybe he just built his own router out in the woods.
yeah, he built his own router out of wood and stone.
Sent his own satellite up to give himself his own Wi-Fi, so that he didn't have to live off the government.
So he didn't have to pay taxes. Speaking of not paying taxes, do you remember when we went to go get drinks for Nick and Chris when we were working?
Mm-hmm.
They asked for the receipt, but we forgot to get it. I figured out why they wanted it.
Why is that?
They were gonna write the taxes off on that as a work expense.
Oh, that's clever.
That's it. That is
That's
ultimate tax
big brain
avoidance.
play.
That is amazing.
Jeez Louise. So they would have gotten that money back on the tax return? Or is that not how taxes work?
They would have got whatever they paid in tax back.
Yeah. That's
They
right.
wouldn't have gotten like all like $14.
Yeah, that would have
back.
been insanity.
Yeah, make the government pay for your Powerade. I mean, it is a work expense because their tools are their bodies. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like can we say there? Like we're not a part of it. Like it's like we were there, but we were really.
Our bodies aren't tools yet.
Yeah, not yet. We're just tools
Yeah. Yeah.
in the
Chris and
colloquial
Nick.
sense. Yeah.
Powerade, that's some weird stuff.
Oh yeah, you didn't you drink so much you got like sick?
Yeah, I almost vomited. I got home and I almost vomited too. I could feel it. I felt the acid burning the back of my throat. And
Oh, that is gross. Gross.
no fun. It tasted good though.
Yeah, for the time. I didn't even get that White Glacier, dude. They drove away with that.
They
got
drove away
scammed.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Dude, those water bottles in the garage. I'm just gonna throw that whole case in the back of my car when we leave tomorrow.
That's actually a good idea. Because then we have water. And then we can keep working.
Mm-hmm.
And not have to drink Powerade.
I feel like there's some pretty funny stories that we could tell from Wednesday, but I can't think of any. There was the rabbits.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, we were filling in holes in the front lawn, and while we were all just standing around this one, a ton of like 6 baby rabbits
It was
all
like 6 or 5 around there.
jumped out. I thought they were like rats at first, and I was like, oh Jesus.
They all scattered in different directions. 2 went that way, 2 that way.
Yeah, they
One
were.
ran next to the porch.
Yeah, one got like cornered in the porch. He didn't know where to go.
He just sat there. One of them stood by the pipe that he came out of.
Oh yeah, I
We
remember.
didn't notice.
I was able to pet him before he ran
Were
away.
you?
Because he was
How
so
soft was he?
scared. He didn't. He was pretty. Well, I was wearing gloves.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and then the homeowner came by and she picked them all up.
She got them all?
Yeah, she threw them away.
She threw them away?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, she didn't.
That's some good money if you sell them, though, if you really think about it.
Oh my god, you are such a freaking capitalist.
Oh. What else happened that day? Filling the holes, that was fun. Especially running that wheelbarrow full of dirt up that hill.
Except it was mostly me doing that because you were dying.
Yeah. But it was so fun, because I got to watch you do it, and had to help you sometimes.
Yeah,
While
and
dying.
and Dominic was there helping us.
Yeah, yeah. Like once?
So I didn't have to rake anything ever because we only had 2 rakes, and this little kindergartner would grab mine and say he was helping. So I was like, huh, I mean, if he's helping.
He was doing pretty good, though. He knew what he was doing for the most part. He was using the right part of it.
Yeah, I remember actually one point when you were like on the ground dying,
Yeah, yeah.
like cupping your water. Dominic was filling a wheelbarrow with dirt, and he was doing it very slowly and poorly. And then at one point I turned around, I'm like, I better take that because that's actually going to get like too full for me to carry.
He was putting in the work. I think he should get paid too. He should
Mhm.
join the
I
little
think-
company.
I think we should get paid.
Are you sure about that though? I mean, like,
Mm.
He could pay us.
Are you sure about that?
Or he could just say he will and not.
That's how Nick B. I hope he never watches this podcast. I mean, he won't, but...
Just don't talk. Just don't introduce him to it.
He's too busy to watch this podcast.
Yeah. Too much on his plate right now. Super busy. Weeding.
I just realized we brought up like, oh, I never explained why I'm wearing this, and then we didn't say why I was wearing it.
Oh boy.
I have to wear this to work. I have to work tonight at 7, and it's all wait. It's like
No, I thought we did explain it because you said your schedule was packed.
yeah, but then I just left it at that. It's 5 now. I have to be there at 7.
Anthony's Pier 9.
Yep, they work you there. I'll tell you that much. But I might quit if Nick is scheduling us enough and he actually starts paying us. Then I'll just quit and work Nick.
Yeah, that's good money right there. Anthony's Pier 9. That's a bit far away for you.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive, and I get paid minimum wage.
That's like a 20-minute walk for me. That's pretty sick.
Pretty epic.
Pretty gamer, if you ask me.
What else happened in the past week? I mean, I'm done with junior year as of today. You're not.
No. Still got one more Regents.
You have physics.
Physics. I'm going to pass. I'm going to ace the physics Regents, and I'm going to fail the algebra 2 Regents. That's going to be funny.
That's just how Simon B.
It's just how Simon B. He fails some things, and he passes other things.
I bombed the fuck out of my bio final.
Didn't you get like a 50 on it?
I got a 43 out of 75.
Yikes. That's lower than a 50. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I was taking a guess.
It's like a high 50.
I heard 50. I heard 47, and I thought, oh, that's what he got out of 100.
No, it's like a 58 or something like that. But it's fine because I had a high enough grade from the rest of the quarter to pass with a 66.
That's just on the edge. That's like
that's
2 points from failure.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the tiniest bit lower on that thing, you would have failed, bro.
If I had gotten 4 points lower, I would have failed.
Is that 4 questions?
Yep.
Damn. That's like
so,
right there.
Kinda epic.
Kinda clutch. Isn't that Cardi B thing?
I was doing like the fuckboy laugh, like ha ha, ha ha ha. You know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah. Billy who?
De Benedictus.
Oh yeah.
I think he does it ironically. I'm not sure though.
I think it's a joke, but you know it's Billy, so
it's Billy.
Could
nobody knows what he's thinking.
What the fuck is going on in Billy's head? He has like the same energy as Rorden, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like
I don't know what the hell is going on with either of them.
Rorden's like a chill, chaotic force in the world that nothing can explain, and then Billy's more of a non-chill, chaotic force. You know?
Yeah. So he's more dangerous.
Yeah. No. Is he?
Well, Rorden's dangerous to himself because he broke his collarbone trying to beat Cooper in a foot race.
Wasn't Danny also racing, or was it both of them?
Mm-hmm.
And he fell after he won, right?
Yeah, he won. I was the person standing at the end with my arms out to slap, I was standing right by the tree line, so he had to stop quick, and he hit the dirt.
But at least he won the race. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Against Cooper and Danny, 2 big racers.
Too big. Ew, no, I can't say that.
2 big racers.
Racist.
Racers.
Erasers. What the hell was I saying? I mean, Rorden does track though, and they don't. So.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Does he do? I think he does long distance. No.
I don't know. I just know we're not allowed to touch him. Don't touch my athletes.
Don't touch my athletes. I wasn't here for that. No, I was.
That was sophomore year.
Yeah, I was here for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't here earlier this year. Gets kind of hard to remember that.
Mm-hmm. You weren't here for the whole first half of junior year.
And upstate, I didn't pay attention to math either.
This is risky business. I could knock the whole mic stand down adjusting this. Yeah, when we were doing some audio tests, the mic stands were just not staying up. It's hell. These things suck. Do not buy the Amazon Basics mic stands. Splurge for something better.
Don't do it, guys.
These are terrible.
If you're going to start up a podcast, make sure you have a good camera.
Yeah.
And good audio. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Some people we could always
just hold the mic, forget the stand.
Oh, we could do that.
Yours is a lot better suited for that. Mine,
Yeah, you'd have.
I got a thick mic here.
Welcome back to the podcast.
I'm holding this thick ass. My name's Matt Garrison, and I'm holding this thick ass.
Did we get any mint puns in the comments? Did we get any comments?
No.
That's sad.
This is so sad. Oh wait, no. Jason said something, but it wasn't a mint pun. I don't remember what it was.
We need to stop all comments that aren't mint puns.
And I commented something stupid too.
With your own account?
Yeah. And I commented it from the Somewhat Minty account.
Well, what did you and Jason comment?
I don't remember.
But you remember it was stupid.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, they were both stupid.
How stupid? On a scale of this much to that much?
I think Jason's might have just been 3 exclamation points.
Alright.
I always commented that on something, though. It might have been one of my old Minecraft videos, or maybe it was the first episode, but...
When is Somewhat Minty Podcast Gaming coming out?
Somewhat Minty Gaming.
And then Somewhat Minty Music. That's gonna be a hit.
Yeah. It's just where we become rappers.
Killadilla and Maddie B.
Maddie B. Maddie G.
Maddie G raps.
Killadilla.
Maddie G. It's like how rappers at the start of all their songs, they yell at their own name.
Oh, yeah. DJ Khaled.
Yeah, but we'll yell out each other's name.
Yeah. Did you hear that he threw like a temper tantrum because his song didn't get #1 on the Billboard charts?
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he was on like Twitter or something.
He makes
like,
his own songs? I thought he just like yells in other people's songs once and then he gets paid for it.
I don't know. I don't really listen to any of his music, but I just heard that he got like #2 or 3 or something.
I thought he just goes, DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
And then
We the best.
Yeah, and then he gets paid. And that's it.
What a great gig. I'd yell DJ Khaled for money.
You gotta become DJ Khaled.
No, I'm not DJ Khaled. I just yell it. DJ Khaled.
You get paid by DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
to do
say
his thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to mimic his voice perfectly.
I read a story once of this guy who worked in like IT or something, and he hired like Chinese dudes to do his work for him for 20% of his pay, and he was just pocketing the other 80% and like job hunting and just browsing the internet while he was at work.
That's so big brain, bro. You just get paid for doing nothing.
Sure, I mean, he took a 20% pay hit, but he was also doing stuff on the internet to make money.
Exactly. So you just rake in even more dough.
Do I look like I belong in a boy band right now?
They don't dress nice in boy bands. Have you ever seen Big Time Rush?
They dress nice.
But they don't dress like tie dress pants.
I could go for some Thai.
Clip. What type of pie?
Thai, like Thai food.
They have food?
From Thailand?
Oh, from Thailand.
Yeah. I said Thailand because I'm a fucking moron.
Thailand.
The land of
Home of
thighs.
thunderous thighs.
And chicken.
Have you ever seen the pictures of those cyclists with their massive legs?
Oh, yeah. Them dudes is scary.
Them dudes is scary. Imagine getting, like, kicked by one of them. Like, NFL punters, they exist, but are their legs as big as the cyclists?
Swimmers, too, dude.
They got massive legs? But are they as big as the cyclists?
Yeah, they're about as big.
I refuse to believe that. There's no way Michael Phelps has these giant thighs.
I mean...
I refuse to believe that.
I don't know. I know that when I used to swim, that was like a big joke. Like how huge everyone's legs were, except mine, because I didn't really like try ever, because I didn't want to do it.
They might get big, but I don't think it's the same level of big, you know?
Yeah. I do remember, though, when I would go... I'd be at like a meet or something, and I'd have an event. When I was waiting to my event, I'd like shake my leg around with all like the fat. I'm like, wow, that's a fatty leg. And then when I got out, it would be like rock hard muscle.
Because you're using it a lot in the pool, bro.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, especially with like a 50 freestyle, which is just like down and back.
Yeah, yeah.
You just go as hard as you can because you don't have to worry about endurance because it's so short.
Yeah, you just got to get there quick and finish quick so that you win.
The only reason they don't have like a 25 freestyle is because then it just becomes a competition. How far can you throw yourself off the diving block? Because you can move you can move a lot faster in the air than you can in the water.
Yeah. So it would just be a competition of jump. Don't they do that in the Olympics? The jump?
Yeah, the long jump.
And don't they also have pole jumps?
Yeah, pole vault.
Pole jump.
Okay.
Don't get it wrong.
Don't get it wrong.
Don't get it wrong.
There's also the high jump.
Pole jump.
No, just like it's a little hook.
Whoop. Don't they also have that triple jump?
I think that's just in Mario. Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Man. Wahoo! No, I can't do it. Not today. Not with this Thai choking me. I could go for some Thai. Did I already say that?
Yeah. I didn't know the Thai people made food.
I think all people make food.
Yeah, I just realized that.
We just made food. We made an omelet before we did this.
It was a top class omelet, and that's
Well-
coming from someone who doesn't like eggs.
I made the omelet. Simon watched me make the omelet.
It was fun to watch. He dropped a glass, it shattered.
That was before we started making the omelet. Although
I
it was,
thought it was during.
no, it was. I mean the eggs were mixed and the pan was hot, but I was looking for the spatula at the time.
Spatula. We couldn't find the right one, so you had to use the plastic one. Right?
Yeah, I was afraid of it melting to the pan, but it worked out pretty okay.
Bro, I once made hot tea in a cup, right? It was in my mom's cups.
Yeah.
She had this plastic straw that went with it, and I went to mix it with the thing, and the straw melted inside the cup, and that was the scariest moment, bro. 'Cause
Did you
it just
drink?
Disappeared.
Did you drink the tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Why wouldn't I? It's
It's
tea.
just it's just plastic, dude.
It's the one time I remembered that I made tea, bro.
Yeah, this kid has a problem.
It's called forgetting, bro. I'll go to make tea, right? Boil the water. Sometimes I'll forget that I was boiling water, and then there'll be no more water left in the pot. So then I go fill the pot back up, boil it again. Sometimes I'll forget again. But sometimes I manage to pour it into a cup. Then I forget that I did, and it becomes cold. So I have to do it again. And the cycle just goes on for days.
He hasn't had tea in years. He's trying so hard.
It's so hard to remember.
That was the last time he had tea was when he drank it with melted plastic in it.
It's just so hard being me, bro. I can't remember the tea that I made
It's so hard being two 17-year-old white boys with a podcast.
without fathers.
Oh yeah, two 16 plus 1-year-olds from single parent homes make it shitty.
Did you ever
podcast.
update the bio?
I did.
With the +1 or did
I
you
did
change it
with
to
the plus
17?
one. I actually did it before we even uploaded the episode.
I wonder if anybody caught that. Probably not.
Oh wait, no. I didn't do it up before we uploaded the episode because Jason actually told me, he's like, you have to update the bio. And I was like, oh, I can't do it from here because I don't know what the password is, and I'm on my phone, and I figured it out like instantly.
What was the password?
Oh, Ooh, you almost got me. You almost had me there, Simon. You
Oh
almost.
yeah, what's your social security number?
It's 066.
That's it?
I'm very old.
Who had the first social security number? Who had just number 1?
Probably the guy who invented Social Security.
But what if he wanted the number like 38?
Then he would have waited for 37 other people to get Social Security, and then he would have gotten it for himself.
But then who had the first one?
Me.
But you just said that you were 06? 6?
Sex.
I'm confused.
What do you want to talk about, Simon? I've been talking a lot. What do you?
What is there to talk about? We talked about the regions.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the working. We talked about the podcast.
Right.
We talked about tea.
Mm-hmm.
We spilled the tea.
Spilled the tea.
Spilled the tea. Did we ever talk about the SS Fortnite?
No, and that was there last time, too. It's kind of falling apart.
That's fine. He lives on. She lives on in our dreams, in our memories, in our hopes. There it is. The flag to up.
Oh.
That's even worse.
Yep. Here, I'll just...
There we go.
That's something. It might
Flag
be
to the
cool.
boat we made in
Yeah.
ERT.
Oh, yeah, in our engineering class, we had, I can't put my leg up, otherwise y'all can see my hairy-ass ankles.
Lots of tape, lots of cardboard.
Lots of pool liner, apparently.
Ben Gordon was supposed to originally go in it.
And I was the one who sunk it. But we made this boat in our engineering class, and this flag was attached to it. And we realized when the day came,
It wasn't
just,
gonna stay on.
it was falling off. So we're like, just take the flag off, and swing it wildly in the air, as we.
As we raced
As
down
we
the
raced.
thing.
So there was 9 boats competing. So there were 3 heats of 3, and then whoever won each heat went
Moved on
against.
to the finals.
So we won our first heat. I was the one on the boat. We had these paddles, for to move us
Paddle.
quicker.
They
But the
were made
moment,
with smelly tape.
yeah, they were made with the gross, smelly tape we had and just squares of cardboard. But the moment I started doing it, it was just holding me back. So I just threw my hands out so
And then
they
it was
came
just
off.
like a speed boost. He rocketed
I know.
down the pool.
And then we were pretty confident that we were gonna get like
First. From the start. From day one. It was
from
first place.
first place for us. The only real competition was Christian and Alex Leduc and Jetta Stevens, their group.
The only competition there ever was in that class.
Yeah, TBH. And I remember we watched Alex's heat, and he destroyed everyone. He blasted down.
He went so fast. Was he using paddles or was that just his hands?
He was using paddles.
Okay. Was it
Um,
the same square paddles that we tried to do but failed?
yeah, except they actually like taped his hand to it.
Okay.
We just had like built-in handles. And then the finals, right? The final 3. It was us, Alex, and Matt Corcoran's boat, and I was kneeling in the boat because I saw Alex was doing that, so I thought it might have been, better. But then the moment we started, I was kneeling too far forward, and
And
I
it
capsized the
capsized.
boat. Now, in hindsight, looking back, I mean, we knew we were going to beat Matt Corcoran's boat. No offense to him, but it just
It was
wasn't.
bad.
It wasn't that good.
It was bad.
But in hindsight, I was like, well, there's no way I'm ever going to get. So I just kind of like shuffled back to the beginning with the boat. If I had just hopped back in, I would have been able to beat Matt Corcoran's
We would have
boat.
had second place.
Because by the time I was like standing, he wasn't even like a third of the way done. So I totally could have, but I didn't.
It's fine though, because we still did pretty damn good.
Yep, and we had to give ourselves the L. We made these 8 like cardboard or 9 cardboard. Oh, well, we made 8 cardboard L's, right? Which was just
And then a cardboard W.
a cardboard square with duct tape making an L, and then we made one W, and we ended up giving it to the winning group, and they all signed it and put it up in Heisel's room, and then we signed our L and put it up in Heisel's room.
We also handed out L's to every single team that lost.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of terrifying, because at one point we went to the guys, like the big guys,
Yeah.
We handed it to him, and he was like frozen on the ground. That was pretty scary. It was me and Dylan. Pretty terrifying.
Dude, you want to know what's terrifying?
What's that?
Being in front of like half the school not wearing a shirt. I did not like that.
They didn't care about that, though. They cared about how the boat was performing.
And it was performing pretty well.
Everybody was laughing at the boat when I first arrived. Everyone was like, look at this piece of garbage. And then it killed them all.
I know.
They're all dead now.
We literally massacred our entire school. We have to go.
The CIA is now
The
on...
CAA.
The CIA, the FBI, and the CIA are now watching us. They watch the podcast from time to time.
Dude, this camera came with our own personal FBI agent.
Bro, what do you think his name is?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey? That's a solid choice. I feel like he's a Jonathan.
A Jonathan.
A Jonathan.
A Jonathan.
Jonathan. Guys in the comments, let us know below what you think his name is.
What's your FBI guy's name?
Yeah, what is your FBI guy's name? I
Actually-
got a Carlos.
I was always wondering the semantics of the FBI guy. So if everyone has their own FBI guy, right? Does that mean half of the people on the planet are secretly working for the FBI? Or does that mean the FBI has a hidden 7 billion people that they employ?
Jesus Christ. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Alright, so you know how half the time, one half the planet is on, and the other half is off, right?
Right.
Each guy, they work 24/7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
And they each get 2 people.
Uh-huh.
One they monitor on this side and on that side. So that when it's daytime here, they got this guy.
Right.
Daytime here, they got this guy.
Right.
Some guys are assigned to the night owls, So it's nighttime, then they're watching them.
Okay. But that's still like 3.5 billion people that are just...
Yeah, it's more believable than 7.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
They're just in the core, dude. That's why we can't get there.
they're in the core of the earth. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. That's why we can't get there. That's how gravity works, bro. There's so many of them, and it's pulling us towards them.
Dude, the reason you can't dig through the earth and get out the other side is because it's too hot in the middle and your shovel would melt.
No,
that
'cause you
that
can't
is the
break
only
bedrock.
reason.
Bedrock is unbreakable, even with diamonds.
What about if you grow a tree on top of it and it grows downward?
How are you gonna grow a tree downward?
That's how it works in Minecraft. You can break bedrock with trees.
Yeah, in the Nether going up.
You can do it. No, you misunderstand. From the top of the Nether,
Yeah.
there's the big 4x4 dark oak trees, right?
Yeah.
And if you grow them, if you put like 4 dirt down, leaves can generate below the logs, like coming down, and they will intersect with the bedrock and replace it with a leaf.
What? You can grow the trees down through the bedrock.
Tree grow down.
I just knew that you could grow it through the roof of the Nether. Bro, on the old version of Minecraft on the Xbox, I think they
Yeah.
removed it now, but you used to be able to, right? Once you got out of the Nether,
Never.
you go off the side, right?
Oh, that's
Is that
scary,
the
huh?
camera?
No, that is the telephone.
Where?
There's one down here. I actually don't know where it is though. I mean, it's over there somewhere, obviously. But
Should we get that or no?
yeah, it'll shut off on its own.
All right. So as I was
Yeah.
saying, you go off the side, right? And then you can go under
Yeah.
it,
Uh-huh.
and then you could see up through like all the lava and everything, and it was the coolest sight. But you had to go through invisible walls on the outside too.
Bruh.
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 Somewhat minty ASMR. When?
Bruh. I like how it is
That's
like,
what
oh,
they do, right?
this is the first episode that has to carry on its own, and it's just garbage. It's complete garbage. We're working tomorrow. Let's talk about that. We have to weed 3 properties. We already talked about that.
Properties, we already did.
Oh, okay. It must be important. Hang on.
That's the second time they're calling. I wonder who it is. We're gonna find out soon. I'm the only one on the set still. I say set, even though he's still right over there. This is interesting. He said hello twice. The lights just flickered. I think we're going to die. No, somebody's there. Let's play a game of guess who's there. I'm thinking it's either Nick or his mother. Those are my 2 picks. Leave your picks in the comments. He hung up the phone and he's picked it back up. He put it back down. Who was it?
There's a fucking pig asking for money. I'm not even kidding.
Like a cop?
Yeah.
He called asking for money?
He's like, I represent the police department in New York, and we're having our annual fundraiser. And I was just like, I have a feeling he's not who called the first time, though. I feel like that was an unrelated call.
That would be. I feel like it was him. I feel like he's just desperate for the cash.
Yeah, I would never give money to the police, ever.
Not happening, bro. My guesses were either your mom or Nick.
Yeah, that's why I checked my cell phone after it rang.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, maybe they tried to call my cell phone first, and I didn't answer. But
And then they knew we were doing the podcast down here. So they
So
called
they're
that
like-
phone. Which
didn't
they
even-
knew was conveniently right there.
I didn't even know that phone was. I had to go look for it. I didn't
I
even
thought
know
it was the camera.
Why did you think it was the camera?
Because the light on the camera was flashing at the same exact time as it was ringing.
I don't know why that flashes like that. I don't know if it's supposed to or not.
I think it's supposed to like attract our attention to it. Bro.
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 Bro. I tried to do Mario, but it didn't work.
Bruh.
Bro. I can't.
This episode has just featured us bruh-ing.
Yeah. Somewhat minty bro compilation.
It's just like the Joe Rogan. Jamie, can you pull it up, please?
Pull that, Jamie.
Jamie,
pull that
pull up
shit
the
up.
side effects of DMT, please.
Oh, there are none? Exactly.
Kratom? What is that? Jamie, pull it up. Wikipedia?
Jimmy, what the fuck is a walnut? Can you pull that up?
Jamie, do you think I could beat a silverback gorilla in a fist fight?
I think I could beat an anaconda.
I
In,
feel like
like,
I
a
could
fight.
beat a silverback gorilla.
No, like, I'm serious. Like, an anaconda, like, oh, they're so scary. I'm not talking about, like, a murky river. I'm talking about, like, in an arena. I just
Yeah, like,
stomp
right
it.
there.
Yeah. Like, if there was an anaconda right there, I could just stomp his shit in. I'm not afraid.
Yeah, but then if you miss, he just.
Do you know how long it's gonna take him to do that? They're not even poisonous, dude, or
They're
venomous.
pretty fast though. He can just crawl around your leg, choke your leg, and then your leg dies. So then you can't use that leg, and then he crawls up.
I'm not above biting it back.
No, he's not gonna bite you.
It's an anaconda, dude.
Yeah, the crushy ones.
Dude, they're not even venomous.
Yeah, but there's the crushy snakes.
Yeah, so I just... Boom, he's dead.
But then if you miss, he just crushes your leg.
Yeah, except I have another leg.
Damn. I forgot that people have 2 of those.
Yeah, normal people have 2 legs.
Yeah, normal people. I don't.
Normal people scare me.
We live in a society.
Normal people scare me is just live, laugh, love for vanilla goths. I didn't come up with that. I saw that on the internet.
On Tumblr?
I think it was Twitter. Or, no, it was like on Instagram, but it was a screenshot of a tweet.
I hate those.
Really?
I hate that I get those so many times in my feed. I don't know why. It's just always there. I'm trying to find good memes, and it's just Tumblr screenshots and Twitter screenshots, and I just want them to go away. Somebody tell Jeff Bezos, please.
I think it's really funny when, like, there are whole, like, Tumblr accounts,
Yeah.
like, dedicated to just copying from subreddits. Like, there's a subreddit called Shower Thoughts, right? And then there's, like, a Tumblr blog called Shower Thoughts, and it's just the posts copied and put there.
Same thing happens with Instagram. They just take it from Tumblr after Tumblr takes it from Reddit.
Yeah.
And then Twitter takes it from Instagram.
I don't know, I feel like every site has their own kind of memes, you know?
Yeah.
I think every single one has some memes that start there. But, I think... Oh, I totally lost my train of thought.
iFunny is the best meme platform.
Yeah, iFunny is certainly the best meme
Guys,
platform.
iFunny.
Oh, yeah.
I look at memes on iFunny. Look at this car blocking off this other car. You gonna block this guy?
You gonna block this guy? I hate that ad so much. I don't know why I always get that ad. You gonna block this guy?
It's so stupid. Didn't you say the first time you saw it, you thought the guy just pulled it into that spot?
No, I said that if I came across that situation,
Okay.
I would have thought then that well, let me just describe the ad for people who haven't seen it. If you're lucky enough to have not seen this ad. So there's like this guy recording a video of this like little tiny car taking up 2 parking spots, and this guy with like a huge lifted truck comes by, and the guy recording goes, "You wanna block this guy?" He's like, "Yeah." So he like pulls in perfectly. So he's like just between this small little car that take up 2 spots and the car to the left of him. And then the other guy does the same, and then the guy who took 2 spots comes back, and he can't get in his car because there's 2 trucks on the side. But what I was saying is that if I came across that situation, I would have thought that guy just pulled it in between 2 giant trucks, except that doesn't make any sense because then he wouldn't be able to get out of his car.
You could always just, like, if it's a convertible, bro.
Just pop the roof down. It was not a convertible, though. It was like a sedan.
Yeah,
Sedan, not Sudan.
There was no way for him to get out of that.
Bro, you supporting Sudan with that shirt?
Yeah, bro.
That
Support Sudan, guys.
Yeah, with that,
I support Sudan.
Yeah.
Check out my profile picture. It's blue.
It's blue.
Photoshop that blue.
Yeah, no. Photoshop. It's a video editor.
No, Photoshop, bro. Stop the video, Photoshop it, upload only that one thing, and that's the video.
I remember once when I used to watch like Jacksepticeye when I was in like middle school, he did like a video called like reading hate comments, right? And one of them was like,
Whoa.
"You always knock your mic stand over." No. Oh, this is a disaster.
Here we go, round 2. Matt
Yep.
versus Mike Stan.
This happened before. You know what? I'll just hold it like this for the rest of the podcast. Anyway, so one of the hate comments was, he photoshops his eyes. You can tell the color around his eyes are different than the rest of his face. And he was like, well, first of all, you can't Photoshop a video. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And second of all, why would I do that ever? Why would I ever go through that much effort?
Yeah, that seems like that would be a lot of work. Because in order to get it, like, really good, you have to go in frame by frame and perfectly do it. And there's, like, millions of frames in a video.
Well, he clearly didn't perfectly do it because that guy caught him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, fix
Has
the
anybody
mic
else
stand.
commented that in recent years?
Yeah, that's all the comment section. He just ignores it, but every single comment's like, guys, he photoshops his eyes. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. BuzzFeed articles,
Okay.
like the list ones,
Yup.
are all just like stolen from Reddit. So, like I literally saw me and Jason were like messing around on BuzzFeed the other night,
Okay.
and he saw this article that was like top 25 situations that just had to hurt, right?
boy.
And there's literally a subreddit called Had to Hurt. And like 22 out of the 25 pictures were directly from that subreddit because I remember seeing them. And when they put the source that they got the picture from, they just say reddit.com. They won't admit that they stole it directly and stole the name. It's like such a meme.
Bro, have you ever played those BuzzFeed quizzes?
Yeah, that's why we were on BuzzFeed.
Those are fun. I enjoy taking those quizzes to find out which Lion King character I would be.
I am gay. That's it. I've come out on the podcast.
Entire thing,
Mhm.
guys. That's the purpose of this podcast.
It's all been building up to this. We restarted this podcast and bought all this equipment just so I could come out and say that I am gay.
Yep. The podcast will no longer be continuing.
Yep, this is the last episode. I'm gay. That's it.
We're done.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should do that during one of the episodes. Just leave for like 5 minutes and come back. And then redo the video.
So nobody ever knows we did it. Like we don't even use that first bit.
No, like we do, right? We get up, we leave during the middle of it. Then we come back down, and then we redo the intro. So it's just like, oh, hey guys, welcome back to the Somewhat Mini Podcast.
But you're doing the intro. It's like
Bro. When are we getting our live audience?
the live studio audience that
Just right
sits
over
behind the camera.
And they give us laughs, except they don't. They just sit there with blank faces.
Have you ever seen that video where it's like if the live studio audience was just one guy that's laughing really hard?
I can't say I have, but that sounds really interesting.
It's like, oh, and this guy was born with, the turtle was born with 3 legs and 4 eyes. We call him Lucky. And the guy's like, ha! 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 Just losing it laughing.
Bro, do you think anybody gets paid to do that?
I think they get to watch shows early, so that's why they do it.
But I mean, like, you know the Oprah shows where she has everybody out in the crowd? Do you think she pays
Yeah.
people to go sit there?
No, you have to pay to go there.
No, but do you think she hires people to laugh for her?
No. Because you already like Oprah enough to laugh if you're paying to go see Oprah, you know?
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Like, if you care enough to... I like how I'm just like... Alright, later, guys.
Matt has left, guys. I'm here alone again. This is part 2. I don't know where he went. He just disappeared. Sponsored by Bubbly. Do we have... Yeah, that's the same crate from last time. I had to go find it because Matt removed it.
I didn't remove shit.
He's back.
Hey, guys, it's me. Little Red Riding Hood. Is this red? I can't see it. Oh, yeah.
This
wrong
sunlight's shining right into my eyes. I think part of it's red.
section. Yeah, it's kind of a bunch of stuff. Yeah, your view is a lot different than mine. I'm looking at, like, the rest of my basement. You're looking at, like, outside.
Yeah. It's nice. We got fresh sunlight.
Fresh sunlight.
Opposed to
None of that
non-fresh.
processed shit. What, like light bulbs? Is that what processed sunlight is?
Bro. Isn't sugar just processed sunlight from plants?
Oh my god, it kind of is.
We live off of processed sunlight. I'm trying to go for that fresh shit.
Fresh. Are you gonna go photosynthesize?
I am right now, bro.
I'm photosynthesizing.
I'm turning green.
I'm going green. He just throws up.
Bro, does Hulk photosynthesize? Is that why he's green?
No.
Because it takes a monstrous amount of energy to have a monster like that running around and jumping, right? Right? So where does he get that energy?
Well, here's the in the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh, boy.
He's living in Brazil, right? So he's trying to learn Portuguese. He's not very good at it, though, right?
Yep.
And when some guy's like bullying him, right? He's like, "Please stop. You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry." So I think he just gets really hungry when he like is done hulking out. He's like, "Dang, I just burned a lot of energy. I could go for a burger."
But, like, the amount of energy that you would actually burn...
Okay, fine, 2 burger.
2.5 burger, and we'll
Two-
call it even.
2.5. How the fuck
2.5
is he gonna?
burger.
Is he gonna cook 3 burgers, cut one in half, and
And
put
save it for later.
save it for later? For the next time he needs.
holds out.
For the next time he needs 2.5 burger.
2.5 burger. Like, you know the Age of Ultron movie? How long? No, wrong one. The first Avengers movie. How long
Yeah.
was he hulked out in that movie?
Like
For the massive city fight.
40 minutes.
That's a lot of energy that you need. How do you know that he's not photosynthesizing?
I don't. You're right. I mean, radiation. It's funny stuff, you know.
It is.
Could have turned him into part
Chernobyl?
plant.
Are those plant people?
Is that on Netflix? I don't know. I know there's a show. I
It's
actually
on HBO.
HBO.
Mr. Heisel tried to get everyone in the class to watch it.
did. What do you mean tried?
He went up to everyone and was like, "Hey, new show on Netflix. I mean, HBO. It's called Chernobyl. You should watch it. It's really
Oh, I thought you meant like he put it on like in class, and you were all like, no. You were like, no, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. No,
not
you
doing
can't make
it.
me.
Sorry, Heisel.
I thought that's what I thought you meant. Like he tried to make us watch
He
it, but
tried to
we
make us
wouldn't
watch it,
let us.
but
We wouldn't let it.
refused.
We were
wouldn't let that
adamant.
happen.
We're like, there's no fucking way I'm watching Chernobyl. Get that shit out of my sight.
This shouldn't be a joke. Chernobyl was serious, Heisel.
I think it's supposed to be serious. The show, that is.
Aren't there a bunch of like? I saw something that a bunch of Instagram models, right? They were heading over to Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, they're like
because
flocking
of the
to
show.
Chernobyl. Well, there are areas for like tours that are relatively safe, and by relatively safe, I mean completely safe.
Yeah, yeah. But then there are
Oh.
places that you just die.
Yeah, like the Elephant's Foot. Is the Elephant's Foot still there?
I don't know.
I know it like weighs like 80 tons or some crazy shit like that. It's like the most dense thing ever.
There are some pretty dense things, bro.
You know,
Like,
you're pretty
some
dense.
stars. Some stars are pretty dense, bro.
Yeah.
Like neutron stars.
Oh, I love Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron, he's pretty cool.
Superpowered mind, a mechanical canine.
Bark, bark.
Rescue the day from pure destruction. This is the theme song of Jimmy Neutron. Dang, that show was awesome. Cartoons. Oh man, I'm gonna sound like a.
Cartoons now just
Yeah, I'm gonna sound like a fucking 90s kid, but cartoons when we were kids, yeah, we're fucking boomers. We're 17, but we're boomers.
we're booming.
We booming.
Booming in our diapers.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, when we were
Cartoons.
kids, cartoons were so good.
Mhm.
Like Phineas and Ferb,
that was
shit was
top
awesome.
tier show.
The Fairly Odd Parents. Apparently, the Fairly Odd Parents is still on, and it like sucks now.
Didn't they release some movies where they had that one guy from
Drake
that's his name.
Bell.
Yep. Did they have him as Timmy Turner and he had like really small clothes? Or am I just remembering it wrong?
No, I mean I remember that movie. I remember everyone saying like it sucked, but I liked it. I mean, I don't know. I was a kid when I watched it, so.
As a kid, things definitely are better. you
But
know?
apparently, Fairly Odd Parents like sucks now because first they added like a dog who's a fairy,
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
and now also apparently Timmy has like a sister. Like, how does that work?
When did he get a sister? She
But it's not like a
adopted?
baby sister. It's like he's like a little younger than him, I think.
Bruh, multiple universe theories of Timmy Turner.
Yeah, of the Fairly Odd Parents.
Number one universe, Timmy Turner and dog.
It's like I went into the future and saw 14,605 possible futures. Oh, how many is the show still good? None. Yeah, that's too bad. At least some shows, you know, like they die gracefully, like Phineas and Ferb. I think they had a movie to finish it out where they went into the future or something.
I want to see that if they did. Because
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing anything like that or hearing of it.
What was another really good
SpongeBob
show?
was better when we were kids.
Yeah, I mean it's still not bad
No, it's definitely like it's definitely the best cartoon out
ever.
ever. There's no cartoon that's gonna.
It's a fairly new cartoon, to be honest. It came out in 1999.
It's
didn't-
not that old. It's
Yeah.
like 20 years.
Didn't the
That's
creator?
exactly 20 years.
Didn't the creator of the show like just recently die?
I thought
Steven
it was
Gilbert.
the guy that voiced SpongeBob.
Was it?
One of the two. One of them died.
I know the guy who plays Barnacle Boy just died like a month or two ago.
That's sad, bro. He was such a minor character, but he was major in my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have used him more. Him and
Mermaid Man.
Mermaid Man. They should have been used more in the show.
Mm-hmm. I am in 100% agreement.
I remember the one episode where they got brainwashed, or they brainwashed a bunch of old people to fight SpongeBob and Patrick.
Oh yeah.
That was an okay episode.
Do you remember their like backstory?
Wasn't Barnacle Boy scraping barnacles off of the boat, and then what's his face shoved them all down his throat because he thought he was drowning?
Yeah.
So now he can't go above the water or else he'll die. That's sad, bro.
I know, he's just trapped in like eternal torment, dude.
Because somebody thought he was drowning, so he's got barnacles in his throat.
You want to hear something so like creepy?
What's that?
So Garfield, right?
Oh boy.
So Jim Davis, one Halloween in like the 80s or 90s or something, released like a 5-day comic strip
Mm-hmm.
where Garfield wakes up and nobody's home, and he like walks around and the house is like abandoned, and it's like very clear nobody's like living there anymore. He's like, John, Odie, where are you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, he like sees his food bowl and it's empty, and he's like, well, there's only one way to fix this, like with like my own delusions and imagination, I can make everything right again. And he like focuses and he like starts pretending that John and Odie are there, and it's drawn like normal, like, oh, John's here and so is Odie, and here's my Lagagna. But that just implies that the entire Garfield comic strip is the delusions of an abandoned, starving cat.
Bro, that's terrible. Bro, poor Garfield, dude. When did that? How long ago was that?
That was in like the 80s or something.
Okay,
80s or
Garfield's been
90s.
going on for a while.
Yeah, it's still going.
Don't they have a TV show?
Jim Davis once wrote a comic strip where John Arbuckle drinks dog cum.
Oh, I remember that one. That's a classic. That's a classic.
Like there was like a mug at the vet. It's like, oh yeah, I'll go for some coffee, and then he drinks it, and then like the
Wow, that's
the vet
pretty good.
lady's like, well, congratulations, John, you're gonna be giving birth to a litter of new puppies, and he's like, you know, yeah, like comic strip guys are like, oh yoink, oh woo.
Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, Looney Tunes.
That was good.
That was good. And they had like the new version of it, like the like revived version, but even that was pretty good.
Dog home?
No, Looney Tunes.
Oh.
Jesus.
I was confused a bit. It happens. There's a new version of the Looney Tunes?
There was a new version, like when we were kids. Like because the old version is from like the 60s.
Television was around back then?
That was around when it was invented. That was like one of the first cartoons.
Bro. That's old.
You know what's so funny?
What's that?
Okay, so when you hear the word Nimrod, what do you think? What do you think it means?
I've imagined this metal pole.
No, okay. Actually, though.
No, that's actually what
Nimrod?
as soon as you said that, I was like, pole.
You've never heard somebody like called a Nimrod before?
No.
Okay, well, people think it means like idiot, right? Like, oh, you fucking Nimrod, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing. Bugs Bunny in one of like the earlier episodes calls the hunter guy. What's his name? He's like, I'm hunting wabbits. I don't actually. I can't remember. Elmer Fudd, is that?
That's the one. I was about to say Ludwig.
And Bugs Bunny, as a joke, like ironically calls him Nimrod, right? Because Nimrod was a biblical hunter, right? So he's calling him that as a joke. But since people didn't know, or like rather the people that were, like it made sense to the people at the time in the 60s, so people actually cared about religion back then.
Yeah.
But like now you go back and watch that and you're like, oh, Nimrod, it must just mean stupid. So people like Nimrod has completely changed meaning because of Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is an all-powerful
A
being.
force of chaos, almost
Mhm.
equal to Gordon.
Almost, but not quite.
Gordon is out there. He's so on.
I know.
He's an SCP.
He's an SCP. Have you ever seen that poster? It's like how Bugs Bunny could defeat Thanos.
No, I haven't.
It's like he would just walk up to Thanos, and there'd be like a metal detector in front of them. It's like, you got to take the gauntlet off to go through. And he's like, oh, I mean, I can't. It's like, there's a whole line of people waiting. And then like he'd look behind him, and there's a whole line of Bugs Bunnies going to the horizon line, dressed in like different outfits. And he's like, come on, man.
And he takes the gauntlet and snaps him?
No, he has to take the gauntlet off, dude. He can't take that through the metal detector.
Yeah, but Bugs Bunny takes the gauntlet and snaps him.
No, I just read the comic ends. And then he gives gauntlet back.
Oh, okay. So he just has to get past airport security.
Yeah, fucking TSA.
Bugs Bunny is TSA.
Bugs Bunny is a terrorist.
Thanos is a terrorist.
Thanos did nothing wrong.
Honestly, bro, he was just trying to help. Like, if you really think
Overpopulation.
about his motives, half the population of everything goes away. More food, more resources, more land, more air, more everything, bro.
Bruh. You're kind of right.
He almost single-handedly solved global warming. But the Avengers,
Oh,
the Avengers are pro-global warming. They want the world to burn.
some men just want to watch the world burn. Gamers rise up.
Gamers rise up.
Rise up. Alright, well, we kind of running out of time right now. So I think we're going to have to call it quits.
That's quits, guys.
All right.
Leave mint puns, please.
Yeah,
we
please.
need them.
We need
$5, Matt will say whatever you want.
And we don't even have a mint pun for this episode, so we're really going to have to rack our brains.
We're going to have to really think about this.
All right, well, until next time, I'm Matthew Garrison.
Mint out, guys. Simon Moore.
Stay fresh, y'all.